this video, we want to talk about your thoughts and emotions that are giving you a bit of a headache. I want to talk about calming your systems down, especially in this pandemic. So if you do feel that this is something that you need even more guidance on, then have a look into the description box. There I even offer one-on-one coachings. So sometimes this is something where we need to really work on, because it's not only about this pandemic, it's about a general anxiety, overreaction from your body where we need to work on in order for you to feel better, to feel more aligned with yourself. Okay, and one-on-one coachings can help you to bring this down into a level where you feel comfortable. Okay, so my name is Patricia and I'm a certified life coach. And if you're new to this channel, then hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the comment right below, write a comment. It's going to help other people to find this video, and if you have something you would like to share, then feel free to do so. It's going to not only help yourself, but it's also going to help someone else, so we can actually connect through social media these times, and I believe that's very helpful. And the more we share, the more we connect. Okay, so let's go into this topic. So this pandemic has actually reached quite a level of where people reach me more and more, and it brought me into a situation where I wanted to share my experience with you, so you can see what you can do in order to feel more balanced. Okay, I think that's the most important right now. You cannot control what is outside, but what you can control is how you react, how you feel, how you express things to the world, to someone else, even to yourself. And the more in balance you are, the better decisions you make. And this will also directly influence where you stand in life. And this is exactly the questions I receive at this very moment, which are like, I'm standing at my home, I feel alone, and I'm scared to even meet other people because I don't really know anymore how that works. I feel that connecting to other people is hard. Another thing I received is, I don't really know how to deal with this uncertainty. There's so many things uncertain. I don't know how to pay my bills. I don't really know what's next in the relationship, and there are so many other areas in my life that feel like broken and falling apart, and basically everything is just falling apart, and they try to hold it onto them, and somehow that's even making it worse, because holding on to something is creating fear. And not only a little bit, it's creating a massive fear around the person, about something you bought. It creates so much fear and so much tension that you're trying to control something that is outside of your control. You cannot control that. And there is another aspect I really want you to reflect and understand whether that's really true for you or not. So before this pandemic, did you feel safe within yourself? And not from outside circumstances, not because you had a job, not because you had a partner who was giving you some security. I mean, have you felt secure from within? It's a question that makes a lot of people very uncomfortable, because most of the time the answer is no. And the answer is no because they never really cared how they felt from within. It was what they have learned, and that's what they executed. So their execution is on, okay, I need something job that gives me some security. I need a partner who can give me some balance, makes me feel good for myself. They had friends, and those friends would somehow make me feel like in a group or in a tribe or something like that. And now, because they're starting to see, okay, that was a construct I had, and that construct is kind of falling apart in all areas in your life, and that's hard. That's really hard because it falls apart, and it's like, but if everything falls away, who am I? It's a fundamental question people start to raise. Who am I? It's a hard question. It used to be a really hard question for me. So when we start to identify, and I'm just saying that way because I think that that's how people understand it best, but it's not the word I would use, because I believe that while we identify ourselves with something, we also limit ourselves very much. But how we identified who we are in the past has brought us to this nervousness, to this, oh my gosh, now everything falls apart. What are we doing next? How do we deal with that? And then if you're in a group of people who have the same problem, you get into the real spiral, because there's no end, right? Then you start to talk with people, oh, it's really bad right now, and that person over there thinks the same. So you're going down the spiral again. But once we're ready to look within, once we're ready to connect, and see, this is the real big difference. Instead of connecting to the outside, you need to connect first to yourself. Because the connection to yourself is actually what's really going to bring you this stable feeling, this grounding energy. That's where you feel comfortable. That's where you can actually build. That's where you have at one moment a fundament that it's worth on building on top. What you have done right now is creating something over here. And that's what we learned. But it has nothing to do with what is here. What is here, okay, that's important. And the way how we reach that is by understanding what we can let go. Because letting go is the key. I really find that's the key to so many things. Letting go and understanding that not everything needs to stay until the bitter end. Not everything should actually have place in our life. There can be people, there can be stuff like houses, like cars, like those kind of things. There can be financial stuff, there can be friends, there can be any kind of things that make you kind of afraid to move forward. okay? Because the soon we are afraid of losing something, then you know something there is a bit off. See, what is already meant for you is not going to leave. What is already meant for you is not going to go anywhere. And it's gonna come and return. I had so many times in my life where I let go and it came back. And I realized it's meant to be for me and not the other way around. I didn't have to let go that part. And so letting go is for me an art almost. Understanding how to get this out of your system. And I mean by that is when you practice something all your life, let's say, I don't know, you're getting super angry because the dishes are not clean and your partner hasn't cleaned them. And you have something in your mind of like, as a woman, why am I always doing that? That cannot be possible, blah, blah, blah. So you bring up a lot of beliefs. And that's something, that's a core belief you have, a core belief that is, which was in my case, okay, I'm talking about me right now, that is of, am I not worthy enough that you are doing something for me? So you gotta understand that all those beliefs you have, they're creating something for you. And most of the time, it's actually not building something for you. It's rather creating something that you don't want. And with that, it's not creating that grounding. It's not creating that the safety net you can give for yourself. So you are making this, or giving this power, this immense power, you're giving this away to someone else, to something else, okay? Who then is obliged to do something for you. But if it doesn't happen, then you're kind of mad or upset. And so what I really recommend on this point is to look into your thoughts. What are they telling you? What story are they telling you? What is your ego telling you? Okay? Now the ego is a whole other topic. But when we talk about the ego, then that's very on survival instincts. It's very on, I need to survive, and not on, hey, let's grow together and let's do something fun. It's a part of you that needs to be acknowledged, but also understanding that that part of you is not who you are. That's a separate kind of thing which needs to be treated as well, and you need to have an awareness to the ego mindset, or to the ego parts of you. And that's stories we are telling ourselves are not always the truth. In fact, they're most of the time not the truth at all. So the more we understand where this is coming from, the more we understand how to let go of those nervousness around us that we create ourselves, which is the most important thing, because once you understand that you are creating this inside of you, you are cultivating it. That also means that by letting go, you can move on. There's so many videos I've done already that will help you to do exactly that. I will link them down below. And with this, I hope you had something that you could take away from this video. Meanwhile, I would highly recommend to do some breath work. It really helps to calm your system down. And I always thought you know, in my 20s. How is this possible? But think about it. It's something you do day in, day out. You do it at the day so many times. It's so simple. Why do you need to make it complicated if there is a way to calm yourself really fast, really easy? Okay? Use those tools you have while you don't even need anything else than yourself. So that is definitely the first step before you even watch another video of me, okay? And with this, I see you next week. Bye-bye.